Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's tsumisauce. So today we're going to continue on with the second episode of What is Blox Fruits, where we basically go through everything in the wiki and we learn about all the new, well, not really the new, but we learn about everything. Yeah, so I figured I'd make it kind of like a pod in order to give you guys some kind of cool to look at and to listen to. As usual, if you like this content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. None of this is possible without your help, and we're trying to grow really big. We're trying to get to 1 million subscribers, and that's not possible unless you guys all help out too by sharing this content around the web with your friends, with your homie, with your dog. You already know what it is. Anyway, let's get into this. So the first thing that we're looking at right now is swords. So swords are one of the 4 main ways to deal damage in the game, along with fruits, fighting styles, and guns. So as you see here, there's a noob with a sword and it's doing a lot of damage. That's pretty wild. Swords are a weapon classification of up close and personal melee or melee, whatever you want to say. Melee, whatever. They're melee weapons that can be found and bought everywhere in the Blox Fruits universe. All swords have 2 unique abilities, and some swords have imbue or skills that originate from the Blox Fruit counterpart or from somewhere else. All swords can also be upgraded via the blacksmith NPCs and enchanted via the Dragon Talon Sage to deal extra damage and to gain unique abilities relative to the sword. All swords and their abilities cannot harm chop users due to their passive immunity to swords, even if they use aura. Alright, so that's +1 for chop. I didn't know that. So chop is, I still hate it, but you know, it's got that going for it, so... That's enough to say. There are several ways of obtaining swords, including buying them from the sword dealers. Sword dealer sells katana and cutlass. There's another one that sells dual katana and iron mace. There's another one. Oh, sorry, it's right here. So sword dealer of the west sells dual katana and iron mace. The dealer of the east sells triple katana and pipe. The master sword dealer sells the dual-headed blade Vicento. The living skeleton who sells soul cane, legendary sword dealer who sells 3 legendary swords, which are the wando, the sadi, and the shisui. We'll say that, Shisui. The mysterious man who sells the true triple katana, and if the user has obtained 300 mastery on all 3 legendary swords, so the wando, the wando, the sadi, and the shisui from the legendary sword dealer. And what else do we got here? We got Thunder God NPC. If the user has fully awakened rumble, so 250 mastery, and have 180 plus mastery in pole first form, finish another rumble raid while using fully awakened rumble, they can buy pole second form. Didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So drops from bosses. There's drops from bosses such as the shark saw dropped from the saw, and shark anchor dropped from the anchor terror shark. Completing puzzles and tasks such as saber and Tushita, although these are usually also boss drops. There's also, in the case of the dark blade, players can obtain the game pass by purchasing it with Robux, receiving it as a gift, or trading it. Admin swords such as the triple dark blade are unattainable by normal players most of the time. Alright, so we're going to continue on from the swords. There are 5 sword rarities in the game. The first one is the common. So that's the weakest and the cheapest sword in the game. There are 3 common swords in the game. Uncommon. Still weak, but slightly better than common sword. Only 1 of them is used for PvP. There are 4 uncommon swords in the game. There's another category for rare, so decent, but still not as good as the higher tier swords. Some of them are considered as very good swords. There are 9 rare swords. Legendary. These swords are strong and are usually effective for both grinding and PvP. Most of them are usually popular among players. There are 18 legendary swords in the game. And then the last category we got here is mythical. So these swords are the rarest in the game and are considered the best in most cases, such as in PvP. They all are good in every case. There are 4 mythical swords that can be obtained by normal players and 1 admin only mythical sword, which is the triple dark blade, making it a total of 5. Alright, so we got the full thing right here, so the full list of all the swords. And at the top, so this is going to be the commons. We've got cutlass, the dual katana, and we got the katana, the regular katana. So we can see here the cutlass has got, it's a type sword. It's common. You obtain it as $1,000 is from the sword dealer, upgrading it with these items that are down below. I don't even know what they are, honestly. Those items, I think that's like sheepskin or it's like leather and like feathers, I guess. Anyway, the next thing is the dual katana. So it's $12,000 to obtain. It's from the sword dealer of the west, and the same thing for upgrading. It's looks like feathers and leather. And then the regular katana, so that's also a common, and it's $1,000 from the sword dealer, and it's upgradable by using leather and by using feathers. I think that's leather. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. That's okay. The next tier of swords we've got are the uncommons. So we got the iron mace. We've got the shark saw. I'm actually not going to read the prices. I'm just going to go through them. So we got the iron mace. We got the shark saw. We got the triple katana, which is still an uncommon. And then we've got the twin hooks. And you actually need to defeat the Captain Elephant in order to get these twin hooks. We got the dragon trident. I kind of want to get this, so I'll probably do that next. So the dragon trident is a rare type. It's the first of the rare types, and you get it by defeating the keeper, the tide keeper. Sorry. Next we've got dual-headed blade, and this is you get it from the master sword dealer. It's $400,000 though. It's pretty pricey. The next one is the gravity cane, and it is you get it from defeating Fajita. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if I'm saying this right or wrong. Lol. Next, we got the jitay. You get this by defeating the smoke admiral. Next is the long sword, which you get by defeating the diamond boss. After that, we get the pipe. That's one of my favorites. It's an OG. It's you get that from getting it. You get that from buying it directly from the sword dealer of the East. Next, we get the soul cane, and you get that from living skeleton, and it's $750,000. After that, we got the trident. So the trident is obtained by defeating the fisherman lord. Then we got warden's sword. You get it by defeating the warden, chief warden. And next we got Bacento. Bacento is $1 million, and it comes from the master sword dealer, straight from him. Next we got Buddy Sword. You get that from defeating Cake Queen, and yeah, that's where you get it from. After that we got the Cavender. You get that from defeating the beautiful pirate. Then we got Dark Dagger. So it's also another legendary. Oh, sorry. These are all legendaries from the Bacento, the Buddy Sword, the Cavender, and the Dark Dagger. So Dark Dagger you get from defeating Rip Indra, so the raid boss. Next, we got the Fox Lamp, and that is also a legendary. You get that from the Kitsune Shrine. That's pretty dope. I kind of want to go there. Next, we got the Coco. After that, that's another type of legendary sword. You get that from defeating Order. Next, we got Midnight Blade, and that's a legendary as well. You get that from defeating 100. Wait, you get that by giving items to El Admin. I think that's like toxic waste or whatever. I forget that was. I think it's like radioactive material. You get that. I forget where you get it from, but it's in Second Sea, I believe, in the abandoned ghost ship, I believe. Anyway, next we got the Pole of the first form. You get that by defeating Thunder God. Next, we've got Pole second form. You get that by 5,000 fragments from the Thunder God NPC. After that, we got the Rengoku. So fun fact, I almost got that. I almost got it once, and I had the hidden key, and I didn't know what the key did, so I just like left the game, and then I lost the key. So GG to me, right? So Rengoku is a legendary sword, and you get it by getting a hidden key in the second sea by the ice castle, I believe, whatever that castle is called, the big one. Next, you got the saber. So you get that by defeating the saber expert. It's a long quest in order to get that, but it's pretty worth it. Next, we got the Sadi. So this is $2 million from the legendary sword dealer. After that, we got the shark anchor, and you get this by defeating an anchor terror shark. After that, we got the we got the Shisui. Yeah, Shisui. It has to be. He's got to be right. I'm saying that right. Shisui. Anyway, it's $2 million from the from the legendary sword dealer. After that, we got the spiky trident boy. That is obtained by defeating the Cake Prince or the Dough King. After that, we got the Tushita, and you get this by defeating Logma. And that's what I'm trying to get right now. That's literally the sword that I'm trying to focus on getting. It's really stressful, man. It's stressful. Next, we've got Wando. So Wando is a sword that is $2 million. You get that from you get that directly from the legendary sword dealer. After that, we got the Yama sword, and you get this by defeating or completing 20 to 30 elite or player hunter quests. Next, we got the cursed dual katana or the CDK. That is the completion. You get that by completing the scroll trials, which is what I want to get next. After I get the Tushita, I want to get the CDK. After that, we've got, and also, sorry, the CDK is a mythical, so it's another category. Next, we got Dark Blade. Dark Blade is another mythical, and it's $1,200, 1,200 Robux from the shop. Next, we've got the Hollow Scythe, and that is also a mythical, and you get that by defeating the Soul Reaper. After that, we got the Triple Dark Blade, which is a type sword, rarity mythical, and its only obtainment is from admins. So Ain't no way you getting that. It's pretty dope though. What's it consist of? I'm curious. It's the dark blade. Oh, it's just 3 dark blades. That's all it is. After that, we've got the TTK, so True Triple Katana, which is $2 million from a mysterious man. All right, so here's some quick notes, some quick facts. Sword users cannot harm chop users due to their passive immunity to swords, whether you use aura or not. However, bosses with swords can still damage chop users because bosses can overcome all immunities. This also applies to Bobby, who uses chop, although he has a rare 1 of 3 chance of being hit. All swords come with 2 preset skills. Coco is the only sword which is buffed by a fruit other than Buddha, and that fruit is control. When the user is in a control area, Coco's range and area of effect, so AoE, output are significantly increased. Huh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. In their transformations, Buddha can increase the size of the sword and the AoE of its M1 output of fighting styles or swords. That's pretty dope. So some sword abilities may not be affected by transformations, so the Midnight Blade. The M1 damage is slightly reduced by Buddha's transformation, but due to the defense buff of Buddha and increased AoE, this is not a significant issue. When aura is active with certain higher rarity swords, there will be an emanating glowing aura as seen with the cursed dual katana. Many swords have destructible physics, similar to those of other guns, fruits, and fighting styles. Some swords have level prerequisites. Example, the Tsushita requires a level of 2000 plus. Really? Wonder what's going on with that. Swords at higher rarities, especially mythical and legendary, tend to have higher raw damage than fruits, both M1s and skills, presumably to make up for their fewer skills and inferior mobility. So I'm going to say that again. Swords at higher rarities, especially mythical and legendaries, tend to have a higher raw damage than fruits, both M1s and skills, presumably to make up for their fewer skills and inferior mobility. So because a lot of these swords are slow and they're clunky and they take forever to like load, like once you use any of their specials, the damage is naturally just going to be a lot higher. So you get a little bit of a boosty boy for using one of those mythicals or legendaries. If you're playing on console, swords will appear in the hotbar by name. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. All right, so that's just the quick run through of this. This is actually pretty interesting. I didn't really know a lot of these things about these swords. I don't want to go too deep into it right now, but if you like this content, holla down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. I'm going to keep doing these. I'm definitely going to do an even more in-depth series into specific swords. My whole reasoning for really doing this is I'm trying to figure out a really good strategy. I want to know like what's a good combination of swords or playing style or a race to choose or whatever. Like I want to know it all. So yeah, thank you so much guys for being here. I'm gonna keep doing these. I'm gonna keep trying to learn as much as we can as possible, so that we can just kind of keep leveling ourselves up and sharing a lot of cool information with those who are not able to go through all the documents and stuff like that, because there's a lot of stuff and it's easier to just watch something or just read it. Just watch something and just hang out and learn something new. I'm going to try to make these videos better as time goes on, because right now this is new to me. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end this one right here. If you guys like this content, as always, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tsumisauce. Eat your vegetables.